Richard Carrier, who's a popular atheist, I watched one of his lectures. It was a clip of it, and he says Christianity, this is the header, the belief that some cosmic Jewish zombie can make you live forever if you symbolically eat his flesh and telepathically tell him that you accept him as your master. So he can remove an evil force from your soul that is present in humanity because a rib woman was convinced by a talking snake to eat from a magical tree. Totally makes sense. It's so funny, man. I love these little, to me, this is all true, right? Everything he's saying here, but it's a parody. Any belief system could have parodies thrown at it. So it's very, very funny. And so let's get a parody of what Richard Carrier believes about the universe. Well, number one, the universe was an accident. The universe came from nothing and by nothing. And so that's a miracle by itself. And he says he doesn't believe in miracles, but he does believe in that first miracle, doesn't he? And the other one, he says that Jesus never existed. Well, that's, to me, a greater miracle because everybody in all of history, secular and Christians alike, know, and even Muslims know that Jesus did exist. And even the Jewish writers of the time of Jesus believed that he was a sorcerer. And guess what? It matches exactly the historical counts. The historical counts that we have in the Gospels say that they believe, the Jewish people believe that Jesus was doing miracles by the devil, by Satan. And so this is exactly the kind of historical evidence you would expect to have if a person actually existed. Historical accounts from all different groups, the enemies of Jesus and the friends of Jesus. And so to say that Jesus never existed, now just so you know, he just came out with a book. He's in the minority in this view of historical research. He says Jesus didn't exist, he was a myth. Yeah, right. That's a greater miracle, to have a mythological figure to impact society in such a way that it causes political ramifications. It causes moral ramifications for people who turn to this mythical figure, right? It's a greater miracle. Even if Jesus did not exist, he would not be writing about him. So here he is trying to spend all his life about a mythical figure who does not exist. It shows you the miracle that you would have to believe that this man did not exist. It's a bigger miracle in historical research. So it proves that he is believing on faith that this man did not exist, even though he's impacted the world more than any other historical figure in history. That's a greater miracle. So you got two miracles that the atheist believes in, right? By faith, blind faith, at that. And another miracle, Richard Carrier, if you've heard his debates, he doesn't do well. He doesn't do well when he's pushed. He has presuppositions that make science impossible, make even historical research impossible. So just so you know, there's two miracles at least that the atheist has to believe in by faith. Not just by faith, but blind faith. But what do you expect from a blind, random mutation who's evolved over millions of years, whose intellect and brain came from an accident? And so all his theories and his logical conclusions would also be accidents. So it's not like he came to these conclusions by himself. Biological random mutation made him believe it. Again, now that's an argument against his brain being made for historical research, for discovery, for science. If you cannot trust your brain, then you should not believe anything that you think, because everything that you think came from random evolution. To me, that's the greatest miracle against the atheists, that they have to accept. They can't even believe their own thoughts. Okay, Merry Christmas. God bless. May you have a beautiful holiday and be safe. Get off the streets. Stay safe at home and spend time with the family.
Help! Stop! Let me go!